SBN Sports Business Now.
Hello and welcome to Sports Business Now interview series. I'm your host, Holly Koski, and Sports Business Now talks with industry executives about unique promotions or platforms they have going on. And believe it or not, we are 25 days away from the historic Army-Navy football game presented by USAA. And today we are joined by Bob Beretta, who is the Executive Athletic Director for Army. Thanks for joining us, Bob.
Holly, thanks for having us. We really appreciate the opportunity to talk a little Army-Navy and some other initiatives that we have around the game.
Absolutely. So you guys have really stepped up your social media presence this year. Can you talk a little bit about some of the campaigns you're using, some platforms, and what's going to be going on pumping up the game?
Sure, Holly. When we looked at the game, we're always trying to identify means which we can elevate both our fan engagement, participation, and just the overall outlook of the game itself. And in talking to our presenting sponsor, USAA, over the course of the summer, we wanted to try and get some feedback from those folks about what we might be able to do to elevate the level of this game and the awareness of the general public. And we thought that we really needed to come up with a social media campaign. We didn't really have one. Navy had its own social media endeavors, and Army had its own social media endeavors, but we really didn't have anything dedicated to the Army-Navy game. So we put a plan together. Our office at West Point worked in concert with Navy, and we built this plan, a very multifaceted plan. And when we brought it to USA to just show them how serious we were about elevating the stature of the contest, and certainly our partners with USAA and Chevy GM and CBS, they said, well, it'd be great if you could pick and choose a couple of these to implement them this year. And we said, no, this is a pretty multifaceted plan. We want to institute everything immediately. And they were thrilled, and we've done that so far. So we have separate pages set up on Twitter, on Facebook, on Tumblr. We're now very active on Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. We have Army-Navy pages for all those endeavors, and really our key was we wanted to promote fan engagement, fan participation. The Army-Navy game, it's a rivalry like no other in terms of its passion, because everyone seems to have a tie to the military in some capacity, whether it was a direct tie that the individual served in one of the branches of the service, or perhaps a relative, an uncle, a cousin, a brother, a sister. So it's a very passionate fan base, and we felt like if we could try to bridle, and not bridle, but try to capture some of that passion and let people participate and feel like they had a hands-on role in the series and in the rivalry, that it would really take off on social media, and that's what that was our goal moving forward.
And you mentioned how you've delved into Pinterest or Tumblr or YouTube. And I also read that you have like a scavenger hunt going on for tickets or like trivia contests. Describe a little bit about those initiatives as well.
Sure. So we did a soft launch on these endeavors in October, and then we felt November 1st we did a hard launch on our social media plan, and with the mindset that we would really become very active immediately as of November 1st, but then we felt like we wanted to do some 30-day out milestone type things. So we started a 30-day out trivia contest on Facebook, where we put a question up on our Facebook page every day, and all the fans that answer with the correct answer, that comment with the correct answer, are then enrolled in a raffle for for tickets that we will give them the day before. We have a spirit video contest that we're really excited about. Spirit videos, if you've watched an Army-Navy game on television or attended one down in Philadelphia or Baltimore or D.C., they've become a very big part of the game. But we've never really opened up spirit videos to the public. We've opened it up to our cadets and midshipmen and soldiers and sailors all over the world to submit spirit videos. So we felt like this would be an opportunity for the general public to get involved in spirit videos. They could send them to us, and then we'll post them on our YouTube page. And then at the end of that process, we're going to take a look we'll pick the top 3 that we feel from Army and from Navy, and then about 3 days before the game, or about 8 days before the game, we'll put a contest up and let the fans vote and choose whichever video they feel is the best. And the winner will play that spirit video in the stadium on game day, and they'll also win tickets to the game. On game day, we have a whole host of social media endeavors, and you mentioned, Holly, the scavenger hunt, which we do it here at West Point a little bit. We've kind of done it a little bit before some of our home games, and we found out it's pretty nice concept. We did it for Easter last year, and it's really it's a social media scavenger hunt on Twitter, where we'll give out hints. We'll hide things in the stadium on game day, and then in our Fan Fest area on game day, and then we'll send out hints to people via Twitter. So they'll have to follow us on social media. They'll get the hints. As they come out every couple of minutes, we'll send out another hint, another clue on where to find one of these items that will hide something like an Army-Navy coin, perhaps. And they'll find that coin, and then they'll return it. We'll have a social media hub center set up in the USA. Come in and be able to redeem their coins, and we'll give them prizes. So we really want to promote engagement, excitement, participation, and we just feel like there's some cutting-edge techniques out there, some things that other folks are doing, best practices that we've been able to implement into our plan as well.
No, I've seen some of the Spirit videos, and there's a lot of really great ones already. So that'll be fun to choose kind of the most festive one and get them tickets to the game. What better prize than that? So tell us a little bit how you're going to be engaging the fans during the game itself.
Right. So throughout the day, Holly, big part of what we're doing, as I mentioned, is participation and engagement. That's huge for us. We figure that the more folks that participate and engage with us throughout the days and weeks leading up to the game, it's going to help elevate the stature and just the notoriety of the game itself, and awareness more than anything else. So on game day, it's really, it's going to be really a climax for our social media campaign, where we'll have photo contests throughout the day. So we're going to want people to take their pictures in their tailgates outside the stadium or in the stadium. We have 2 or 3 different contests set up, all via social media, where folks will submit their photos to us. We're going to have people standing by throughout the day, being very interactive. We're going to, in real time, take their photos, post them on Instagram, post them on Facebook, put galleries up, and then we'll choose what we think is the most. I think we have 3 different photo contests that day itself. One is a Spirit photo contest. One is kind of the best in-stadium shot, and then one is the best pregame type of thing. And it's all available on our website as well. We have an ArmyNavyGame.com website. And then we're just going to really try to encourage people to participate. We're going to have a social media hub set up in the Fan Fest area, and we're going to try to bring as many people in under that area and get them engaged with our Facebook site. We would like them to like us on Facebook and have them follow us on Twitter, make them aware of all these campaigns, all these different initiatives that we have. And we feel like once they learn about it, they'll be very engaged during the game to participate and become very active for us. We're going to have game day blogs. Our kickoff that day is 3 o'clock, and we're going to start in the stadium. We're going to have in press box blogs going on from 10 o'clock in the morning right on through game time. We're going to have special guests, former players, military participants. We're going to have some folks from our key sponsors on board for these blogs. So we'll have that set up in the press box. We'll have kind of a media center set up in the press box for live blogging, and then throughout the game we'll have a live blog as well with representatives from both Army and Navy participating. And then we'll also have that social media hub that we're going to set up under the USA tent in our Fan Fest area out at Head House Plaza. It's a great Fan Fest area that we set up at Army Navy, and drives a tremendous amount of foot traffic, and we feel like we're going to have a lot of folks coming through our social media hub as well.
Well, it sounds like a totally full day of events as far as social media and engagement, and that's 3 o'clock on CBS, correct?
That's correct, Holly.
All right.
3 o'clock.
And then tell us a little bit more about your relationship with Navy's athletic department. How are you splitting up the workload in terms of who's promoting what over what channel?
A great question. The Army-Navy partnership, it's a tremendous rivalry on the field, but off the field, we have a great relationship with our counterparts down at the Naval Academy. And so we developed this plan. Army took the lead in developing the plan just because we're staffed probably a little more appropriately to devise something like this. And then we got very close with Navy from the start. We huddled with them. So they have a committee down at Navy. We have a committee at Army that has put all this together. We've discussed it from the start. We have weekly conference calls. We have weekly meetings as well on our 2 staffs. And we've decided everything that we do is a very cohesive endeavor moving forward. There's a lot of symmetry involved. So when we put a release out, we put together a schedule, and our releases are co-located on our sites, our independent sites, and on the Army-Navy site. So we felt like the power of our two academies' social media presence already, which is very strong. Navy's social media presence is very strong, as is Army's. We felt that by using the power that already existed on our two independent social media outlets, that we would be able to drive traffic into the Army-Navy sites as well. So we meet and talk constantly, multiple times throughout the course of the day. That I'll meet with the point person from Navy on it, and we'll talk about steps and best practices. But we have a whole schedule laid out from, it started back in October, really a day-by-day sequential event calendar right on through game day itself. So we're shifting and adjusting because this is new. As new ideas come up, as we talk and discuss and find out some thoughts that we think might be implemented, we do that. So I think our thought from the start was this was going to be a work in progress. This was a great starting point, and we were going to continue to build throughout the month leading up to the game.
And then switching gears a little bit, Army actually just enacted HUA Rewards, which is, a social media rewards program that rewards their fans for sharing their content online. And a lot of people seem to forget that, just because you're a service academy doesn't mean that you're not an athletic department that has, revenue goals and attendance goals and things like that. So why do you feel that this was an important rewards platform to implement for your fans?
Yeah, great question, Holly. I think a lot of the same reasons why we felt like it was important to develop this social media plan for Army-Navy in terms of engagement and participation. Obviously, with the landscape being what it is, our fans and followers, they're very, very passionate, and they want to participate, and they want to engage. And we felt like in the spring we started talking as a staff about how we could promote ways to get people to participate. So we're not talking at them, we're talking with them, and they're talking to us. We're listening to their goals. We're trying to react to some positive or some negative feedback, whatever it might be. And we just thought that the rewards program would really energize our fan base to participate on social media and really reward those that are very active on our social media platforms. It's been a great, it's been received tremendously well. We just launched it at the end of September, and the HUA is kind of an Army term, and it's a catch-all phrase in the Army. It's a very positive. It can mean everything from, a response, a yes to have a great day to go Army. It means everything in the Army. HUA is like a catch-all phrase. So I have to compliment our staff here in our marketing department. They came up with a very creative way, a creative name that would really speak to our fan base, and they've responded very well. We've been really excited about the number of participants so far, and we feel that's going to grow exponentially in the months ahead. But we've built it so that we'll be able to track folks throughout and then reward our most loyal participants and followers throughout the course of the year.
Well, it looks like, Army and Navy are doing a phenomenal job promoting this game, and I can't wait to see what you guys have planned, game day, and seeing some of those Spirit videos. I'm sure they'll be great. So thank you so much for joining us today. Even though I am a huge Navy fan, it was a pleasure talking with you, Bob.
It was our pleasure, Holly. Thanks for the opportunity, and I'll have to leave you with a Go Army.
All right. Well, and thank you for joining us today. And we are we'll be back on Thursday at 3 p.m. on 3 p.m. on Thursday for our weekly live wrap-up show. And we will see you on Thursday. Have a great day.
SBN Sports Business Now.